Farcaster. Welcome to 21 minutes of Farcaster news every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday with Prof and Adrian. It is Wednesday, November 1st. It is officially Farcaster fall. So we're sporting our Farcaster fall backgrounds. These were particularly made by Chris Corella for a fun I don't know, initiative or event, or I'm not sure what to
It's
call it.
a celebration,
Celebration,
a festival, if you will.
a festival of fun, a festival of Farcaster fun. There we go. So first drop of the season is from the pillar of the Dow community himself, Chris Corella. And we got this banner as well as a mint. So time for Farcaster Fall. There's going to be mints set up for the next 10 days. So this is really exciting. And if you want to join and release one yourself, just drop a reply here. This is a cool one from Jay Valeska. Looks like probably coming up tomorrow with a Dias de Muertes kind of feel. So that's going to be fun. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what everyone brings to Farcaster Fall. I think it's going to be fun. And we have to figure out a few things. And one of the things I was thinking is we should really do a Farcaster Fall mug. So I've been
Oh,
getting samples and I have a new sample, but of course it's hard to see
hard to
because I
say.
have the freaking thing on. But it's a travel mug with it says Farcast Her on it with the Farcast Her image. And I gotta tell you, it's this one I like. So I've been getting all the samples, we're checking them out, we're seeing what we like, and then we're gonna start putting them out there so you guys can order them too.
I could have used one of those today. Today's a travel day.
We needed a travel mug. That's right. So where are you coming to us from, Adrian? This is kind of exciting stuff.
I'm broadcasting live from Farcaster headquarters, or I guess Warpcast
That's
HQ.
that's a good point. That's an excellent point. Warpcast HQ.
I'm in Los Angeles. Yeah, I flew in. I'm in Los Angeles for the rest of the week. I had work to do, so needed some office space, and the
And they
folks here
obliged.
graciously let me use their Wi-Fi.
Fantastic. So here we are. She is coming to you live from the headquarters as we talk about GM Farcaster, and half the people in the headquarters don't know what it is, but that's okay. Um, but you guys know what GM Farcaster is, and that's what's important. Um,
Well, look,
and
we're usually broadcasting 8:30 AM our
I
morning
know
time,
5:30 that time.
and we do 21 minutes because that's how long it takes to drink a cup of coffee, and I'm usually drinking my coffee, so now it's 3:30 in the afternoon for me, 6:30 in the evening for you. Little
Yes,
different.
so it's very different for us. It's a very different time of day, and funny enough, I have a little thing that's happening. So give me 1 second, and I'm gonna come
Oh,
right
no.
back. So
All right.
hey, let me just show this real quick. We have the swapping of buttons was the big thing today, and that was a big issue. Um, can you get the door? Thank you. Uh, so I don't know if you have tried this yet, Adrian. But I went to cast things and I kept hitting undo because I was so used to hitting it in that same spot. And they moved them, which is a better flow, but it's going to take a minute to get used to. It is just going to take a minute. So having a little issue with that today, and I noticed
Okay.
Bias had said the same thing, and that was really funny. So while you're at Warpcast headquarters, thanks for the switch, but it's going to take us a couple weeks to get used to it. Be
Well, I was on team when the undo first came out. I was on team, I don't like the buttons. I wanted them in a different order.
Oh, really?
I didn't like
That's funny.
them, but I also recognize that discomfort you feel is not because one is necessarily more correct than the other. It's just because your brain hasn't figured out that shortcut where it
Yeah,
doesn't have to think. So whatever you're feeling, whether you like it or not, you'll get used to it
we'll
and it
adjust.
won't even matter.
We will adjust. We will
So can I
definitely,
just say
definitely
I'm
adjust.
very bummed, and I don't know if you can see this, but I'm
Yep.
usually chatting with people
I know
on
you can't get
on the
on, right?
stream, and I can't right now. So I know Dillsteck was gonna pop in, so I'm sorry I
Dillstack is
can't chat with
on.
you.
He said, "Oh, whoa, the Farcaster headquarters. That's super cool." We got Ghost Links is on. GA. Yeah, good afternoon, Ghostlinks. Excited to have a few. We were able, because we're doing this in a different time. It's great that we have some other folks who can pop in. And yeah, I had somebody at my door. See, these are the things that don't happen at 8:30 in the morning. So that I was ready for that.
Yeah,
I
by
was
the way,
like,
like, popping in I was like, popping into the office, I call it's the longest con. I'm playing a long con.
a long
I just had to
time.
join Farcaster a year ago and cast earnestly and, and
Become one of the
often.
top 5
I just had to break into the top
Farcaster
10.
casters, you know,
I have to break
forever.
in the I had to be in the top 30 casters every week for 12 weeks and also be
And
earnest
also
and thoughtful. So,
amazing.
I'm playing a long game.
And then you can come to the Farcaster headquarters. Mhm. And there we go. That's hilarious. Okay, so a few other notes and sort of like what I'd say announcements and news. Small improvement for Warpcast URLs, image previews. When you share a link or to a cast on Twitter or messaging app, it will now have a readable preview of the cast. So that's very cool. I'm waiting for what I really would love. Hey, Chris Co created. It's good to see you too. What I would really, really love is if we could embed these into Paragraph. So I'm hoping that's coming soon. I know that Colin has said that's on the list. So hoping.
Hey, Paige and Colin.
Paging Colin. I was like, what? what? And did I get one other thing? Suggesting a channel. Again, posting this up, and the higher effort for the submission, the more likely it will be created. There is now a Google Doc to do this. So please swing by your local Google Doc and suggest a channel. The only other channel I keep thinking about two of them, and I've suggested them before and they haven't happened. So I'm just debating whether to put that out there again. A law channel, like crypto law specifically, for different, all the cases with the SEC, everything like that, to sort of have a place to chat about that. And then the other thing I've been thinking about just a general DAO channel. So for anyone who's into DAOs, like to have a channel to talk about DAOs in general, not specific DAOs. So those are my two that I keep like throwing
Excellent.
out there. But what do you, any that you've been thinking about that you think we should add, or anyone in the chat have any suggestions for
I think
channels
the
they'd
legal
like to see?
I think the crypto legal plus the DAO should both exist, even if it's one, and I won't
Could be
even
one. Yeah.
add a suggestion because I don't wanna water down yours.
Okay.
Giving you
Well,
I'll
that's
delegate my vote. I'll delegate my vote.
delegate. We should vote on these things. We should vote on channels. That would be fun. We could do that. That would be fun. Actually, very soon, Nouns Builder will have Collections Plus, where you could have any NFT can have voting rights in a little treasury, which would be kind of cool because we could just turn like the Farcaster OG NFT into a voting token so that we could take votes like this. Not that, again, it's not a DAO, so they don't have to listen to us. They can do whatever they want, but might be another way to suggest things. Um, Made one publish list. Oh, Protocol channel. That's funny. A Lens protocol channel would be good. And Co-Created does have one, I believe. Yes, Co-Created does have a permissionless one already. Oh yes, the SBF trial. That would have been a really fun channel to have in the past couple weeks because I have been a little obsessed with the SBF trial. And I haven't seen a lot of conversation about it on Farcaster now that I think
There
about it.
is a
Most of that has been
news
Twitter.
there is a news channel, so we
There
could
is.
co-opt that for people who wanna chat SBF, but
Yeah.
I find on Farcaster, there's a lot of people who are just so sickened. It's like they don't wanna talk about
Yeah.
it. They don't wanna see it in their feed. It's just like, let's close the
Let's
book and,
pretend
like,
news doesn't
pretend it didn't
exist.
happen.
Yeah. Which I kinda understand that. Like, I kinda understand that feeling. It is a little different. Like, I feel like I go to Twitter to get that part of my news and that part of my, like, that itch scratched of, like, the, salacious kind of things. In that the SBF trial kind of fits in there a little bit, but it's also newsworthy and interesting, and I'm sure there could be a different level of discussion, on Farcaster would be my guess. Um, I like the idea of voting on channels. This is from Ghostlinks. But at the point, we might as well go permissionless with channel creation. Yeah, that's true too. And that's coming soon, I believe. I think they're just trying to sort of nail down the best practices before they do that. And you can do it on Farcaster, you just can't do it on Warpcast yet. So you can create a permissionless channel on other platforms, I believe, right? I think so. I think that's how Crisco created. Um,
Okay, so question, do you
yeah,
think so in a permissionless world, would we have a channel for Farcaster Fall?
I think we would, because that would be a great way to filter in like activities, ideas, people talking about things. Like I think a Farcaster Fall channel is actually a great suggestion, even if it's temporary. The way that well, Base is now a base channel, but it was On Chain Summer, and then it switched to a base channel. But you could have these ones that just pop up and they're just there for a month or two, and they're just about the event, whatever the event is, and then they go away. I think that's totally fine, and that's actually a great idea. So I think I'll throw that suggestion in as well. I'm going to throw a few
Mhm.
suggestions in the old Google Doc after we get off of here. And then Chris Coker is correct about that. He did create it permissionlessly, so there you can do that now. Um, yeah, so then there's in Nanar, you can do it in Nanar. Purple Construction will have a channel support for each prop soon as well. That's interesting. So that's pretty cool because that to me is leaning a little bit towards what Discord is, right? Because we use Discord where for a lot of DAOs we'll have separate channels for the each prop so that you can be having discussion around the prop and have it kind of organized so it doesn't get lost in the
Sub channel. It's like a sub channel,
exactly. It's like
subreddit,
a subreddit.
subthread.
Exactly, exactly. Okay, Brian Armstrong was on Farcaster today. This is another big piece of news. We haven't even gotten to the biggest news of the week. It's coming. Um, but it was a
We got 9 more
great,
minutes.
I know, we can do it. Um, I know, we've got like 20, I think, casts about this one topic coming up. Brian Armstrong was doing an AMA on in the Founders channel. I am loving these AMAs. We had the one with Vitalik last week. This week's Brian Armstrong. I did pull one piece. He said, Jacob from Zora asked, what's one piece of advice you'd give to 2012 you about being a great CEO? And I loved this answer. Number one, stop coding and delegate sooner. And I think that's, you can, even if it's not coding, I think that's a general statement for most founders who hold on to things a little too long. Stop being conflict avoidant and accept you won't be liked by everyone. Ooh, such a good one. If you have conviction, be clear with everyone up front. It's okay if some people don't like it. And number three, press is half fake. Ignore it or treat it like a game and work the system. I thought all three of these were such great points. Like most founders hold on to too much of their stuff early on because of they know how to do it. They can do it quicker. They know what they want, a little bit of control and also just comfort. I think sometimes you hold on to the things because it's just comfortable. You know how to do it. You just want to keep doing it when you really need to move on to other things. So I thought that was a great piece of advice. But all of these three were
It's a
fantastic. And
hard lesson to learn too. And
right?
even if your future self can come back and tap you on the shoulder and be like, right now, Brian, start delegating. Like you're
Yeah.
gonna, I just
But
probably like punch yourself in the
just
face and
like
be like, get out, just
Bill
shut
and
up.
Ted's Excellent Adventure, Ted told him to wind his watch. He still forgot. It happens. Went back in time.
What
See,
what
there's
percentage of
like
our
three,
audience
yeah,
knows
there's
what
like
Bill and
three
Ted is?
Gen Xers who will get that joke. Um, so we have to move on to the biggest. Well, wait. Oh, one more thing. One more thing. Before the biggest news of the week, we've got from Varun Warp's top caster rewards are coming out. So we're starting a 4-week experiment giving warps to users who post the best casts each week. And best is being defined subjectively by Warpcast. Formula is private and tweaked each week, and results manually reviewed to avoid gaming. And we noticed this before I saw that announcement. I saw extra warps, and it's I still can't believe they gave out warps on Halloween. Because I didn't notice mine either until I saw that, and I was like, "Oh, wait, I have 50 more warps, and I still don't know what to do with them." So, if you have an app that I can use warps on, I dropped a little post. Drop me a note. Drop me a comment. Give me some direction so I can go use my warps on you. And also, I really want to get to the point where we can give out warps because I think that would be fun to give out warps to those who are in our chat or who, you know, grab mint an NFT from GM Farcaster. So hopefully we can start to give some out. That would be fun. But that was a nice little addition. Um, I hope he comes back to answer some of the questions. About Brian. So Ghostlink said, I hope he comes back to answer more of the
Mm.
questions. I feel like Vitalik answered a lot more. Yeah, I feel like he did it quicker, but yeah, maybe he'll go back when he has time and answer a few more. And I think Vitalik did that as well. So yeah, there was a ton of questions, but
I
he
didn't have a
did
chance.
answer.
I didn't have a
He
chance to
probably
read
answered
yet, but
30. You know,
I say,
he answered a lot.
and his answers were thoughtful. Like it just seemed
Mm,
like he was answering personal, honest
yeah,
answers. So I was happy. I just didn't have time to go through, but I saw just like the number of replies on just on it was like in
yeah,
160 some. So even if he
crazy.
didn't answer, so good
I
job,
know.
people with the questions.
I know. Incredible questions. And
Um,
they were really some really great questions, but I thought the answers were very thoughtful and interesting. So I really enjoyed it. And there's a few others that I wanted to pull out, but yeah, we have to get to one more big piece of news. And yeah, it's about the mole.
it's the
It's
hot
about the
topic
mole. It's the topic of the
du
past
jour.
few days. It's been insane. So just to catch everybody up so that we can explain this meme. DWR posted this photo, and I'm not even showing the actual original cast, but he posted a photo of some, you know, mole verde. Um, looks a little messy, but it's how it looks, right? And I'm sure it tasted
What's the
amazing.
timestamp? What's the timestamp on the original
I don't,
cast?
you know what? I
Because
don't
how
have the
fast?
original
Okay.
cast. I don't have the original cast up, but but the meme started, I believe, within 10 minutes. It was very very fast.
Lightning
So,
fast.
you can now mint this, also called Tasty Meal by a Top Chef. There's another one that's exactly the same, but it's called Stop Cooking or something like that. Don't cook anymore. Um, so you can mint this. Brian had a note about had too much to drink last night, threw up all over my table with a picture of the mole. Then, speaking of Brian, nonlinear. We audit our own contracts, the contracts. I thought that was probably one of my favorite memes of this run. Because it was a double meme. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like we got the audit in there too. And then Pugson. So what did you get done today? I spent hours photoshopping the green mole. What? You won't get it. Just was like, okay. Nikki,
Shout out to Pugson. By the way, shout out to
shout out,
Pugson wherever
shout
he
out
is.
to
He's been on
Pugson.
fire lately.
He has been. That one really made me laugh. And then ordering Mole Verde colorway ASAP. This was funny as heck with a hat. There was an option for Mole Verde color with a hat of DWR's PFP. And then we had this one was a Pepe card, like so funny. Pepe with the mole on top as the mouth. Um, so funny. So we have that one. We have Mole, which was a little bit of a like bullfighting theme with DWR's PFP as the Matador. Then we had Mole is Alive, and this one I think topped it all. This was Sigurado Tone. I'm not saying that last name right. So funny. This was probably my favorite one because it was just crazy. And then Matthias, this is going to be hard to read, but the meme of the explanation of the meme, so funny. So this was impressive. The creativity, the
Yeah.
insanity, the virality.
Like, hats good job, Farcaster.
Good job.
Good job, people. I
There was a survey the other day about like who you like or what you look for in a caster or something like that, and it was like smart and funny were the top two. Witty. Yep,
yeah.
these people are witty. They're pretty
I mean,
funny.
when my first reaction was like, "Oh, I feel
Kind of
bad."
mean.
I was like, "This is mean."
It's kind of mean.
Like,
And then
I'm like, "That's so
then it kinda
sad."
just it went so far that
It's, to the realm of the absurd, and
yeah.
good job.
Good job. I mean,
It
it just yeah, it started off where I felt a little bad. Like, "Oh, we're making" I mean, like, it probably tastes delicious. Yeah, it never looks great. And the plating comments and just hilarity. And then it was just like, "Oh my god, you guys just took it to a whole new level." And it was just on and on. I could have had 20 more of those casts, like, easily.
well, if you haven't checked it out,
So
right, if you've
funny.
been living under a rock,
Mm,
Searchcaster, go to
there you go.
Searchcaster and search
Searchcaster.
Mole.
And search Mole,
Mole,
and you will
mole,
oh,
mele.
Mole! So and we will end it with Mole Caster. Who's gonna make Mole Caster? That
Oh,
is, that's Dilstek's, comment, and I think it's you. I mean, I think you spot it, you
you've got
spot it,
48
you got
hours,
it,
go.
go. And it'll be funded by purple or green. We
Mm,
might need a whole new DAO.
wow.
And on that note, our 21 minutes are up. Even though I'm not even drinking coffee, I'm drinking water right now because it's a little too late for coffee. But 21 minutes are up. Thanks for chatting with us. Dill Stag was in there, Jazzlip, Lisp, Chris co-created, Ghost Links. I think that was everybody. Usually we have some Anons hanging out there. We appreciate you, and we will see you Friday. Uh, any last comments? Anything else you want to tell us about the Farcaster HQ?
Oh, I would absolutely have to kill you.
Just keeping all that secret. All right.
Yeah.
Well, enjoy the trade secrets, and we will see you on Friday. Bye,
You.
everybody.
Bye-bye.